complete, they have every constitutional right to complete their tenure, which will end on 12th of August, I believe, or 16th of August. Before that, yes, if there is a process of consultation, if they sit together and they deem it appropriate that it may further the cause of democracy or the democratic institutions, they may consider or they may reconsider if for sake of democracy, the assemblies can be dissolved earlier. But there is no such situation in federation or the provinces that the assemblies may be dissolved. When I explained you 1988 and 2008 situation, it is not very dissimilar to the present days. Those caretakers may continue for another 2-3 months if it is in the best interest of the country that the elections are conducted in such an atmosphere when the security agencies are available, when the funds are also available without arranging extra funds. I mean, this is for the finance and relevant people. But politically speaking, nobody should be compelled to go for dissolution while kind of creating a situation which was uncalled for. So you will be giving a premium to those forces who try to impose or enforce elections in the country. Otherwise, the constitution is very clear. Thank you so much, Ji. Thank you. I took much of. Yes, please.
It seems like the government agrees with the UCP finding about the security situation and the finances not being there. That's pretty correct. That the finances and the security situation can't be turned around for the election within 90 days.
This was Election Commission's decision after consulting the relevant stakeholders.
And the government believes it's a legitimate decision.
Yes, it is, because the decision-making power rests with the Election Commission.
Yeah. But isn't it a matter of great shame that the government can't ensure enough security, doesn't have the funds for people to exercise their most basic democratic right?
Nobody.
And the follow-up question is, what's the government doing so proactively that things are going to be so changed in terms of security by October?
Now, let me first, you said that the right of people to vote and the government is under obligation to arrange. Yes, the government is under obligation to arrange for. But as I said, that my constitution also provides a scheme that elections should be conducted in a manner which is apparently transparent, fair, free and just. And for that matter, Election Commission is the authority. It is the satisfaction of Election Commission if the environment is conducive, one. Number two, the security situation is actually alarming right now. The security forces are engaged in counter-terrorism operations. They are also guarding the borders, which is their primary duty. They also sought some time to settle these things and they'll be available thereafter. And it was only thereafter that Election Commission also thought it appropriate, keeping in mind that the rest of the 3 assemblies would also complete their tenure. And let's go for elections to the entire country at one and the same time. And it's also around the corner. I mean, it's not far away. And as I said, that our constitution provides a complete scheme. Now, if somebody says that he has to look into only one provision of the constitution, which bounds down that election has to be conducted within 90 days, that period has almost elapsed. In any case, if elections are held in Punjab and then in KPK, it would be held beyond that 90 days capping. Now, if we are already not within that scheme, within that limit of time, why don't we then accept the constitution scheme as a whole in its entirety? So it would strengthen the political regimes in Pakistan, the political institutions, instead of going for piecemeal elections and going for controversial elections. So this is one of the reasons why Election Commission was convinced in that way. Thank you.
This is a political problem more than it's a judicial problem for all the very legitimate constitutional and legal issues you've raised. At what point will the government just sit with the opposition and figure out an election date together? And this country has a cliff that it's reaching. The IMF will not give this government a tranche. It wants political stability. There's clearly none. It wants a government with a mandate to even get the Saudis and the Chinese on board to do more than just roll over loans. it needs a government with a mandate, which you clearly don't have right now. Do you really think this government can last till October 8? Forgive my bluntness, but I'm fairly confused about the lack of urgency that I hear from politicians when this country is in a crisis so bad that middle class people are lining up for free flour.
Let me explain you. I mean, these are mainly the questions relatable to the economic side, and I am a person from the legal area. But being the part of the government and as a Pakistani, as far as the legitimacy of government, my constitution and the practices provide, I mean, the Prime Minister enjoys majority in the Parliament, in the National Assembly, which is the electorate for him. The Cabinet is performing its function, the Senate is there, which is perpetual actually, it never retires, rotation hai. Yes, we are going through very tough times as far as the economic situation is, and I think the entire world is being engulfed these days. We are trying our hard within our means and also engaged ourselves in the negotiation processes with the bilateral and the multilateral organizations. That is why I support your view in a way that piecemeal elections will not bring stability to the country. The best solution is to hold elections as per the constitutional scheme at the one and the same time within the bounds of the constitution. And for that matter, we are open for dialogue at any time, but not on the dictates of one man, that he dictates that which time suits him and which time doesn't suit him. I leave it to the Election Commission, which is the independent constitutional body. If Election Commission invites us today or tomorrow and invites the other opposition parties and engages us in the dialogue, we would be extremely happy. Thank you very much.
वफाकी वज़ीर क़ानून आज़म नज़ीर तारर इस्लामाबाद में बैनुल अक़वामी मीडिया से गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे। उनका कहना था कि पूरे मुल्क में आम इंतख़ाबात एक वक्त पर होने चाहिए। आइन के मुताबिक इंतख़ाबात का तरीक़ेकार तय है। इलेक्शन कमीशन